My name is Marvin TEC. I teach at the ATC in Jackson County. I teach wood product manufacturing. Today's lesson we are going to be making a picture frame. Okay? It's going to look something like this. It's going to have several joints, wood joints in it. We're going to have a miter joint, and we're going to have a spline joint which goes like this into the side, and they're also going to have a rabbet joint in the back. All right, now we've got a piece of wood here that come off of a bleacher at the Sand Gap Elementary School. We're going to take this piece of wood here and we're going to turn it into two picture frames. I'll go into detail and show you exactly how we'll do that. Now, first of all, it's got varnish and chewing gum on the back and things like that, which we are going to take care of that. We're going to take it over here and we're going to have to plane it down. Once we get it planed down, then we're going to take and rip it through our straight line rip saw. And we're going to rip it at 3 inches. Then we're going to take and bring it over here, and we'll be working with a table saw here, which is our saw stop. We'll be working with it. Then we'll be making jigs and things like that, setting up to be able to make the spline cuts and the different types of cuts and the different types of joints. So at this time, I'm going to having to shut off the video. We're going to go over and plane the wood down. Once we get it planed down, then we'll come back and we get it ripped out. Then we'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to go about making miter joints, spline joints, and our rabbet joints. So go ahead and turn it off, and we'll go from there. All right, now we've got this. We took that old rough board and we have turned it into a real pretty piece of clear pine. Okay, we ripped it out. It's 2. We ripped it out to 2 7/8 of an inch. It's 15/16 inch thick. Now we're going to make a rabbet joint first. So what we've got to do when we make the rabbet joint, we have to take the blade guard off. First thing we do before we take the blade guard off is always unplug the machine. Okay? Now we've got the machine unplugged because our hands will be close to the blade, and so therefore we must unplug it. We're going to take the splitter and fence blade guard off. We're going to get ready. While we've got it off, we're going to go ahead and set our blade. Now we want this blade set where it is 3/8 of an inch thick. We're going to cut out 3/8 of an inch here. And we're going to take out 3/8 of an inch here. Now the reason I'm using my tape measure and not using a fence ruler is because I'm taking out the saw blade as well. So I've got a 3/8 by 3/8, taking that out. Alright, now we're ready to plug it back up and get started. Let's see now. Alright, we're ready to go. Turn the dust collector on so you could actually see and hear me talk. Okay? That's exactly where we want that. Okay, now we've got a rabbet joint cut. Okay? And that's enough room for us to take and lay the glass down in it once we get the frame put together, and put our matting on it if we want matting, and be able to fasten it in. Okay? Now, once we've got this, we need to go over to the miter saw and cut our miters in. So go ahead and cut the tape, and we'll go over and to the miter saw and get our miters laid out. We're here at the miter saw. Now we're going to start, I'm going to show you how that you can get your exact measurement that you need. Now if you want an 8 by 10, okay, you're wanting to make it on the 8 by 10 side, you have to have a 45-degree angle. 2 45 makes a 90. So we're going to cut this one right here on a 45-degree angle. All right, now you take and you measure from this point right here. Okay, you want to measure. If you're cutting the 8-inch one, you want to go an 8¼ of an inch. All right, now we've got all of our material and everything ripped out to this side right here. Okay, now we went ahead and cut enough material to put 4 or 5 of these things together. But I'm going to show you how we go about it. Now once you get you can set your jig up where anytime you're cutting 2 or more pieces, you can get them exactly the same. Okay? So you take and you put it, you got to have a 45-degree angle. All right. Now you can flip this thing over. I done got it laid out where it goes. Now, to get the size that you need on an 8 by 10, you have to measure from this point right here to this point right here, because that is where your picture lays down in. You've got 10¼ so these small ones here should be 8¼ Okay, so we've got 8¼ That gives enough room that when you take and put these things together, like this right here, you can actually lay your picture down in this right here, and you've got room all the way around this for your glass. Okay, now we've got all these here cut out, and we're going to take and go and get our spline cut. So we'll be over on the table saw again. We'll cut our spline out, and then once we get the spline cut out, then we'll be ready to take and put the glue on it, put the spline in it. So right now, what we've got covered is the miter joint and the rabbet joint. Now we're going to go and we're going to cut the spline joint out that will hold these babies together once we get them glued up. So we're going to go ahead and shut down and go over to the table saw and get set up. We'll probably have to make a jig over there that we can take and get these splines all cut in just right. So we'll go over to the table saw. We're over here now. We're going to have to make a jig to be able to cut these joints in. So what I've got here, I'm going to show you how to make a jig. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take and put us a piece of wood like this, so that we can take and cut the spline cut in. Get one of these, so we can take and set it up right here like this, and cut this spline as we slide it through here to keep our hands away. So I'm going to go ahead and make my there you go, baby. All right, we're having a hard time with this video camera, but that's okay. We'll manage to get through this thing. We got to make a jig. That's what I'm going to show you now, how to make a jig, so that we can make these spline cuts. Okay. So I'm going to take this wood like this, and we're going to square it up here, so that we can take and run this here through, like this right here, and get them all the same thickness. So we'll go ahead and I'll shoot these babies. Okay. Gotta have this straight, just like this right here, so we can run it through. Run it just like it's right here, be able to run them through. Now, the spline cut, we'll need about 1 inch. What it's already said, 1.1 inches. So that's going to be great. So now we're ready to make this joint. We're ready to make this spline joint here to make it work. We've got 1 inch. We got 15/16. So we want a 1/4 inch spline. So we're going to try to put it right into the center. So we got an 1/8. We'll go with a 3/8 and 5/8. Now that's going to leave us 3/8. All right, now let's see how this is going to work. Now, we've got 2 of them right here. They're 8. It should be about 1/8 of an inch each. Okay? And we'll cut all of these single splines, and then we'll take and run us plane us down a piece of wood that'll lay right down in this double spline. Okay? So this is the way that you make your spline. I'll go ahead and run a couple of these right here so that we can go ahead and show you how to complete them out. Go ahead and run enough to make this picture frame here. Most of the time you would have had a fence over top of your yard, blade guard. But when you're making a joint like this, you can't have it. We've got these here all cut out now. All we got to go do is make our spline joint, okay? Or make our spline go in there. And as you can tell, this is what your double spline is going to look like. Alright? So, let me get up here and get a close-up shot so you can actually see it. Can you see that pretty good now? Okay? That's what your double spline will look like. Now, an 1/8 of an inch. So we'll take and we'll cut us some material out where that we can take and stick them right down in there, and it'll all hold right together. Okay? So that's what we've got right now. So we're going to shut the camera down for now, and we'll get us a piece of wood and plane it down to the thickness we need, and then we'll come back and show you how to put the spline together. Thank you. We got all of our spline joints cut. Everything is ready to go now. We've got our little pieces, our spline fitters that goes in here and fits them together, our braces. So we're ready to glue up. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue these up, and then I'm going to take my corrugator gun and I'm going to put one corrugate in the back here, and then that'll hold them in place where that we can take and put our glue our splines and get our splines nailed in, and then we'll be ready to sand it. Be getting close to the end of it now, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing. Smear the glue on real good on all of it. Okay, now, since I've got this, I'm ready to corrugate just one side here. I'll hold it together. We get it all glued up. Done. This is just one way of doing it. There's many ways to do this. On how you prefer to do it. What tools and equipment that you have that you can do it with. I'm fortunate up here at the school that I can use these tools here to be able and have plenty of tools. I can do things like this. It makes it a lot easier. Okay. I'm going to get these put together, and then I'll shut the camera down so that I can get all my splines in, and when I get done with the spline, I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I get all my splines in. So far, this is what it looks like, okay? So we've got a rabbet joint that goes around here. We've got a miter joint that holds all this together. And then we've got a spline joint. We've got a double spline, actually. So when I get my splines in, I'll show you how I've got them in, and then I'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like, okay? We've got a 45 miter and a 45 miter, which will equal the 90, okay? And then we have the spline joints. We've got a double spline, as you can tell, okay? We put the spline joint, we put this wood here in as a walnut, where it would actually give it some character, give it some look, okay? So now we're going to go and we're going to take and bevel this edge here off with the table saw. We're going to bevel it off and make a little design on the outside edge of it, and we're ready for our final sanding. So we'll cut this tape off and do our edging on it, sand it off, and then we'll get back and show you a finished product once we get it all sanded out and completed. Thank you. Now what we've got done here, we've got 3 different types of joints that we have put into this. Okay, we've got the rabbet joint. Okay, we have the miter joints, and then we have the double spline joints. Okay, now what we done a while ago, we went and ripped out some walnuts and thickness that it takes to go into these splines here. And so this is what we made our spline out of. Now, this has got the picture frame actually completed and put together. Now we also use the corrugators back here, the corrugator gun here, to take and put these together. Now there's a smaller corrugator gun that's not this big, that you can actually get to put picture frames together. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to take and I'm going to round these edges here off a little bit with a belt sander or a sander over here, and then we'll do our final sanding. Once we get our final sanding done, then we'll take and show you the picture frame once it's completed.